Today's hamster question comes from a viewer who asks, can hamsters have nightmares? So we're going to be answering that along with the slightly broader question, do hamsters dream? I've touched on this subject a little in the past, but yes, hamsters can and do dream, though not quite in the same amount of detail as humans dream. Exactly what they dream about we obviously can't be certain of, but it's a good guess to say they probably dream about some of the things that go on in their normal life, just as we do. So perhaps eating, burrowing, exploring their enclosure, and other things they may find enjoyable. If your hamster is one that sleeps in an open nest, you may sometimes witness them become animated in their sleep and mime actions that they would do in the daytime, such as running. A hamster may dream about pleasant things, they may dream about mundane things, but we know for certain that sometimes they unfortunately dream about bad things too. This is something a lot of owners will have experienced. I have experienced it firsthand with more than one of my hamsters, but one in particular used to have this happen a lot. Hamsters can in fact have nightmares, and those nightmares can get pretty scary, not just for the hamster but for the owner as well. If you've ever wandered past a nest of a sleeping hamster and heard this sound, it probably scared the droppings out of you. I know the first time I ever heard a sleeping hamster do that, it certainly did, because that sound is one that a hamster only makes when they are in severe distress, when they feel threatened, when they feel in danger. And of course, when an animal's asleep or tucked up in their nest, you kind of presume that that is a very safe place for them. Nothing's going to happen to them there. And hearing them clearly in distress when they should be sleeping is just awful. Now the question often comes up, if you do hear your hamster having a nightmare, if you hear them screaming in their sleep, what should you do? Because as many people know, waking up a hamster in normal circumstances is not something you should be doing because it can cause them a lot of stress. However, in the instance where they are having a bad dream, that dream is of course causing them stress, and so waking them up from it is generally seen as not a bad idea. It is, however, very important that when you wake them up, you do not do it by touching the hamster or putting your hands in their nest. If you've ever had a bad dream yourself, which I'm sure pretty much all of you have, you know how disorientating it is when you wake up. You're not sure where you are, your heart's pounding, you're still in that fight or flight mode. Well, it's the same for hamsters, and them, of course, being prey animals, their first instinct if they wake up to something in their nest is often going to be to bite. So if you notice your hamster is having a nightmare and you need to wake them up, the best way to do it is either to make a little sound, a little squeaking sound with your mouth, which can help get their attention, or you can scruffle around in the substrate outside of their nest. Do something that makes a small amount of noise. You don't want to make a huge sudden noise because that could just frighten them even more. A gentle noise that will just slowly rouse them out of their sleep. The goal isn't to wake them up suddenly or as quickly as possible, it's just to wake them up so that the dream can be over. And it's important to do that without causing further stress to your hamster or harming yourself. So that's the basics of hamster dreaming. It's not a very deep topic, but if you want to learn more about hamsters' sleeping habits, you can go and check out the video I did on that. I will link it at the end of this video as well as in the description box down below if you haven't seen it. And in the meantime, if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up. You can also share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.